It's been a minute, but we're back. We're back. No, it hasn't been that long, but I am here after having so much and so many technical difficulties. Like, it's been crazy trying to record. I'm in between phones. Like, I have my now old phone and I'm recording on my new phone, and it's been crazy trying to get this thing in order. But we're here. So, first of all, let me say this. I was so hesitant to do this, and I keep looking at my phone because I am gonna be pulling something up. So yeah, I was so hesitant to do this because I was not comfortable. Just truthfully, I initially was like, okay, wait, hold on. This hit me like a ton of bricks. What am I talking about? You guys ask. I'm glad you asked. God gave me a heavy prophetic word, like a true prophetic word on February 1st. That was the initial start, and then he downloaded so much on February 2nd. And there's been a lot of controversy on this particular topic and situation lately, but I have to say that I've been fighting this. Like, I literally was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I was thinking about how I was gonna tailor it, but when this hit me, it hit me so heavy to the point that I was like, this is nobody but God. Because I was literally middle of the night, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I started getting this download heavy to the point that as I'm writing it out, I wrote it out on my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, as I'm writing it. So let me first start by saying this, right? You should always, anytime anybody's coming, especially when people say, oh, I have a prophetic word, you should test their spirit. You should test the word. You should go back before God. That's with anything, even if someone doesn't say it's a prophetic word, because nowadays we have so many people that are pushing out words that they got from the Lord, and, you know, just even wisdom, and it's not really truly God-led or God-breathed. So you have to really test every spirit and make sure that what you're hearing is truly from God. And peace will confirm that. He'll give you confirmation. Just like with this word, I got this, like I said, initially on February 1st and the 2nd. And then on February 9th, there were some things said. It's been circulating and going viral. If you know, you know. So I'm going to just go ahead and get into what was shared with me. So on February the 1st, I got this artist, who you guys should know by now. This person's name is circulating due to being called out by another prophet. But this person is going to put a mass delusion on those that are in attendance of her concert. You have to protect your spirit and guard your heart. And I'm going to show you guys the date too, so you can see this is not cap. This is not lies. This is true. So I'm going to read what I wrote. She is getting people, I'm not saying her name for many different reasons, but yeah. She is getting people that attend her concert to come into agreement with the evil works of darkness. She is going to put people in a trance. Many people will have destruction in their homes after attending the concert. She is making evil covenants through her music. Those that follow are being cursed, and she curses them if they turn away. She doesn't believe in God. She believes she's God, and she serves a God not of this world. People are taking it lightly, but they will see. There will be a mass delusion, but there will also be torment. She is pushing agendas, and it's hidden behind her false humility. She mocks God and feels she can't be touched, but she will be. God is not mocked. He is more powerful than any and every evil entity. He has the ability to cast out any evil spirit with a breath, a word, and a thought. There is no rest for the wicked in this hour. They will pay. They will reap what they've sown. God is coming for every false idol. He will reveal and remove. No evil stone will be unturned. Now is the time for repentance. The time is here. The time of judgment is here. God is calling his people to him. He's calling his people to come home and to turn away from their evil and wicked ways, to turn away from their sin. That grace that was had in times past has lifted. He is moving swiftly. Now is not the time to question what God is showing and telling you. Now is the time to obey. Obey quickly and without question. Trust God. He has you. She, Beyonce, made blood covenants and took an oath to the evil one. She will be destroyed if she doesn't break the covenants and repent. All those that follow her are being led astray. They are coming into agreements that they are unaware of. Even in her having challenges, she's getting people to agree. Okay, so it's a few things I want to touch on. Let me first say this, right? I should have prefaced it with this. I, too, was a big fan of hers, especially as a dancer. Those that know, I am a dancer. I have a dance background. I've been dancing since the age of 3, trained in all styles from ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, modern, praise, all of that, right? And as a dancer, I've always loved her music. I always thought, not just her music, but just her creativity and the fact that she does have a really, really big and strong work ethic. Not only that, I just admired how she carried herself. She was always classy and always had a sense of humility about her, whereas everyone that spoke of her spoke very highly of her. So this was so just out of my comfort zone because as someone who was a supporter, I started to notice things, a while ago. It's been years. I already noticed the shift instantly when the shift initially first happened. However, when this was spoken, I was just so uncomfortable because I'm like, that's not me. I'm not one of those that get online and is like, you need to stop following this person. You need to be mindful. I would see people do all the time and hear them. And I'm like, I get it, I understand, but that's just never, I always felt like that was not my ministry. But now to be in this position, I understand. Because when I say this word felt so heavy, I wasn't watching anything pertaining to her. I wasn't listening to anything pertaining to her. I hadn't seen anything previously. Truth be told, this particular word actually came before Prophet Tiffany Montgomery went and said what she said. I actually watched her live. That live was filmed after I got this word. And it's so crazy because I literally was thinking about how uncomfortable I was when God was like, you need to post this. And I'm like, no, this is not happening. Like I was even thinking about how I was gonna tailor it, how like I could throw it out there and people just have to catch the hints, But then when she came out and said what she said, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And it's been so much confirmation, right? Not that it was needed because the word was enough confirmation for me. Where did this come from? I didn't conjure this up in my mind, not a conspiracy theorist, but this is something that fell on me so heavy. And I kept hearing mass delusion. And some things I want to address, regarding what was just shared is that this is serious. God had shared something with me and spoke something to me not too long ago. About a few weeks ago, I was in a bathroom and I was listening to music. And of course, on YouTube, you get suggested videos. So there was a suggested video from this artist that I had never heard of. It was a rapper. And I'm led to go to it, right? Mind you, I don't know who this artist is. I've never seen him. His name is not familiar. Don't know what the song is. And God led me to this particular video. So I'm like, all right, clearly it's something here that he wants me. He's showing me something in this what? I'm not sure, right? So I click on the song. As soon as the song comes on, it wasn't even like a good 5 seconds. Instantly, my spirit was unsettled. And to the point that I could literally feel like murder on the song. So I cut the song off. And I know this is going to sound crazy to those that don't believe, to those that feel like, those who do believe are like kooky or quacky, but this is very real. So I cut the song off and instantly I'm like, again, I'm not familiar with this artist, but I think, let me go and actually look him up and see, and right away, I know in my spirit, I'm like, he got killed. Just off of this song, what God downloaded was, there's a spirit of murder, right? And so music is a gateway. I literally Googled this guy, and I'm not going to say his name, right? Just out of respect. But I Googled him. Mind you, I've never, ever heard of him. And sure enough, he was shot and killed not long after he made that song. And what's crazy, because I'm just like doing my research and my homework, and I'm like, God, what were you trying to show me this? Because I didn't even listen to the full song. Like the song, the beat was so eerie, and it's crazy because it was just like a piano, like a guitar or piano being played, but it was so eerie, and literally I could feel that, and I was like, God, what is that? And so right away, I'm like, he got killed. Go online, and that was confirmed. Why do I share this? Because God used that to show me that there is a portal when you listen to music. And a lot of people don't realize that. They feel like, oh, it's just music. It is what it is. It's just music. But it's not. You know what I mean? We could look at just the history of a lot of rappers. And there's different things that go into that we're not going to talk about in this video. But a lot of times you have these rappers, you know, there's a saying, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. And you have these artists that sing and rap, and they're speaking things that are wicked, that are evil. They're talking about sliding on ops and all these different things. And a lot of times those very same artists end up getting killed. And when you look at it, it's like they've been literally confessing those things. And we know life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? That's what the word says. So they've been speaking these things, thus leading to them reaping the fruit of what they've sown in the words and the music and their hearts and their minds and their mindsets. And so all that said, I got so much revelation, because when I heard that song, like I said, it was to the point that I was just like so uncomfortable. I was playing gospel. I was playing gospel before, actually. This is the crazy thing. I was playing gospel before, and then I was playing gospel afterwards. But God used that because it was like I heard it again. To those that don't understand, to those that don't get it, it's going to sound like, it's going to sound weird. It's going to sound like, nah, she's doing too much. It's not that deep. It really is that deep. And when I got this word concerning this major artist, right? I literally was so uncomfortable because I knew like it was directly from God, but I also knew that I felt when I first saw it, there's a lot that's happening that people are oblivious to because of their love for this person or because of their love for the music. And I look at it like this. If you know a teacher, let's use a teacher, right? If you know a teacher is they are a really great educator, right? They're great at what they do. They've helped children or students graduate, excel, succeed, and so on and so forth. But you find out that they're a pedophile, right? Or you find out that they're doing things that is harmful. Would you still be in support, right? Well, why is it that when it's spiritual things, people turn a blind eye to it as if it doesn't exist? Or, well, no, this is just, you guys are saying that, or it's Christians, or it's people, like it's not that deep. You know, she's given or showing love to African spirituality. You know, she's showing love to her ancestors. But what people don't realize is that whether you believe or not doesn't take away from the validity of the realness of God. And a lot of people think because they don't believe that, it stops it from being true. I can go outside and it's raining and say, I don't believe these are raindrops, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to get hit with them, right? So you have to understand and know that just because you don't believe doesn't mean something is not factual or something is not true. It just means that you're not a believer of that. And so what's going on is that there's a lot of stuff happening with the music. And like I said, what I shared hit me so heavy because I'm like, man, like this is really spiritual. And whether you believe or not, you have to look around and say life is spiritual, right? Before things happen in the natural and the physical, they happen in the spiritual. And a lot of people don't understand because they're oblivious to it. That's why I believe what was downloaded was there's a mass delusion, because people see the outward appearance, they hear your words, they see how you maneuver, they see things that they like, but they don't understand that there's something deeper going on behind the scenes. And that's the biggest thing. Like I've heard it said before, and it's said often, that the devil's biggest trick was convincing people that he was not real. But people don't understand that it's not even about just the death, it's a spirit. And what's happening is that you come into agreement with it. Like in the prophecy, God was speaking to me that people are literally coming into agreement with evil covenants. You know, it's just like there was a brand that got outed for doing, you know, things concerning pedophilia. And you have people that are still like, well, I'm still going to wear the brand because it's just clothes. And it's like, no, you don't understand how deep it is and how real it is that when you do certain things, even if you're oblivious to it, once it's out there, you know you're held accountable. But you're coming into agreement. And that's what God has been showing me lately, that there's a lot of agreements being made in secret places. It's just like when a person is having sex, you know, outside of marriage, you're coming into agreement. When you have sex anytime, you're coming into agreement, right? And so if somebody is doing something, I look at it like this. If you hear a song and you love this song and the song is dope and the song is nice, but you find out the person was actually like praying to other gods or deities, or they were doing, you know, making sacrifices or making an altar, You know, you might hear the music and think that nothing is happening, but something is happening on the spiritual end, and it's going to take effect, right? It might not affect you like overtly, but it's going to affect you. And so what people don't understand is that this is so real, especially in this time now. There's so much happening. There's so much going on, and you really have to guard your gates, like your eye gates, your ear gates, your heart, all of that. And this is from someone who loves, like, I love music. Like I said, dancer at heart, still love to dance, love music, love just all things creative. However, I've found that as I grow more in God and I grow more spiritually, certain things just are not settling into my spirit. And that's for a reason. You know, I remember when people would say like, oh, I don't listen to secular music. And I'm thinking, well, I love me some R&B, okay? You know, but as I've gotten to grow and really understand, it's just like when you think about R. Kelly, I've stopped listening to him when I started realizing that it's not attractive to listen to a song and know that this person is talking about a child. It's not attractive to know that this person is a pedophile, essentially. This person has, you know, molested people. This person has raped women. This person has dealt with young girls, not even women, girls and teenagers that are like 20, 30 years younger than him. That's crazy. That's sick. I'm not going to support it because, oh yeah, this beat is hard, this bangs, or I was listening to this for years. I don't care. Cut it off. And so same thing with this artist. People need to use wisdom. And again, you know, go before God, because above all, that's what it's about. It's not about what anyone else says or their opinions. It's about truth, and it's about really seeking God for yourself, and he'll let you know. You know what I mean? Like Jackie Perry Hill said it in her video. Ask God, hey, what do you want me to do concerning this? And just like me, I didn't even ask him because I had no desire to even go to the concert. But literally in the middle of the night, matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys, because this, okay, so this says what? Okay, it's a little like blurry. I don't know if it'll focus. It's not focusing, but this is February 2nd. Okay, it's not in focus, but that says, oh, there we go. And it's backwards. But hey, you know, you catch the drift. So yeah, I just had to share that. Like I said, I was so uncomfortable because this is not my norm. I'm not the person that comes on and is like, you guys need to stop doing this and stop doing that. Like, I do think that you should win people over with love, but I also think you have to be real about things. And sometimes, you know, a person's approach, it can come off as harsh because it's so serious. It's like you're not comfortable with just saying, hey guys, you know, you might want to reconsider this, when you understand what's happening. And a lot of people are blinded. A lot of people are being led astray, whether they believe it or not. Because you have people that's like, is like I said before, it is not that deep. That's not what's going on. I'm still support. But it's like if somebody is coming to you and warning you and telling you, I look at it like this. Thank you, Holy Spirit. If someone comes to me and says, you know, I would be mindful and be watchful as a woman. I would be mindful and watchful of this guy, right? I could say, well, let me ask why, right? What I would do, why do you say that? And they list off all the reasons, right? Now, I could take that and say, okay, well, I'm going to just take that. I don't even need to hear anything. I don't need to confirm anything, right? But what if there's doubt? I'm going to go before God. God, and me, I think everything's a sign from God, right? So I'm going to take it as this person warned me for a reason. So God, what were they trying to show me? Is this true? Why were they sent, and why did they share this information with me? So it's easy. A lot of people complicate like having a relationship with God. It's really simple. We just have to give him access. He's waiting on us. If you come and say, God, show me, he will. And it was the same thing with me. I said, I want the truth. I don't want to be a follower of anybody else. I don't want to feast over somebody else's word. I want your truth from your mouth. What are you saying? What are you showing me? Why is this happening? What's the truth? And he started to reveal things to me. So this is longer than I anticipated, and it's a little all over the place, but I had to get this out. And I hope that someone that watched this heeds what was shared and uses wisdom and, you know, protects your heart guard your heart, guard your mind. You know, be very watchful in this hour. This is not the hour to be open to things. There's a lot that's coming out that's not what it seems. And I realized that, especially with social media, especially with entertainment, a lot of things are smoke and mirrors. You know, some things are so in your face that it's almost like a psychology trick where you don't believe it because it's so in your face. It's like, certainly that couldn't be true. But then there are things that are hidden and things that are really masked to keep you in a place of deception. And that's what deception is. You don't know that you're being deceived until you're out of it, right? You can feel somebody's lying to you, but deception is completely leading you astray, and it's the act of deceiving. So I hope that you guys receive this word, and I'm looking forward to more videos, and I am going to be more consistent. And thank you for joining. I didn't even do the introduction. If this is your first time, my name is Shrafina. If you've been here before, welcome. This was all over the place, but I had to get this out. This was something that was on my heart, and I didn't even want to put it out, but I was like, all right, now I'm seeing all this, and it's like, see, you should have just spoken when I gave it to you, because that day I'm like getting a nudge, and I'm like, I'm not about to go online and say that. They're gonna be like, well, who is this? Like, what is she talking about? But I reverence God. I revere God. You know, I'm not really at this point, I don't really care what people think. You know, it's like, am I pleasing God? Am I doing what he told me to do? Am I walking in obedience to him? Am I in alignment with what he has for me concerning my purpose and destiny and the gifts that he's given me, spiritual, creative, and otherwise? So yeah, that's all. I hope you guys heed the wisdom and the warning. And again, test every spirit. If you feel like, nah, this is not it, just go before God. You don't even got to go to any other prophet or anybody else. Go before God. It's simple. You have direct access when you open your heart to him and you receive him. God, show me what it is, and he will. So yeah, bye.